Good evening, designers, and welcome to episode 55 of Game of Rugs. Today we have some scores to look at, and then we're going to do some voting, and we are going to look at some top scoring rooms as well. I actually just finished recording this episode, and then I realized I'd forgotten to plug my mic in because I am a genius. So we only had 3 scores today anyway. This is the first one that I opened, and I look at this room and I'm still disappointed in the choices that I made. The room is fine. There's nothing wrong with the choice of the art or the carpet or the armoire, but I just looked at this room and I thought everybody is going to furnish in gray or white, and I have a full set of furniture in navy that goes with the rug, and I'm totally going to do that. And I totally did that. And and then I submitted it straight away. So what I find really works best for me is if I do a room and then I leave it. Like I go do a different room, or I go to work, or I learn to play the ukulele and then come back and look at it. And the split second first impression that I have of a room when I open it will usually tell me if I should redo it or not, because that's the way people vote. They look at your room for a split second, and that overall impression determines whether they hit your room or the room below it. So I should have given this room more time and thought. This room, on the other hand, I love in so many ways, and I am going to attempt to articulate the many ways in which I love this room. First of all, it got a 5, and I love that. Second of all, I love this room, and it's a room I thought was beautiful when I put it together, and I was really proud of it. And so to me, this is a 5 this is what every 5 should be. They should reflect beautiful rooms that their designers have loved putting together. And the other thing that was rewarding about this room was that it's outside my normal comfort zone in terms of design aesthetic. I would call this French farmhouse, which is not something I do often, but I did it in this case, and it felt like the absolute right choice, and I'm very pleased that I went that way. It's reasonably distinguished from the top designs. There's a purple one. This is the one that's, I think, closest to mine, and I possibly like it more than the one that I did, but they're both really nice, and I just really feel good about the room that I did, and I'm pleased as punch that it got a 5. This also got a 5, and this is much more the typical design home experience that I have for 5s. I don't know what other people experience, but when I get a 5, the most common reaction I have is yay, followed by what? And for me, this is a what room. Like, I actually cannot believe that I got a 5 on this room. It's not special in any way. It's not amazingly great. It's just a perfectly fine room. that got a 5. It is nice that we won this curly bebe natural white fuzzy bench. I cannot tell you how pleased I am that this bench is fake, because do you know who has that bench in their real house? People with housekeepers and or people without children. Because like one snotty kid coming home from daycare sneezes within 10 feet of that thing and it is all over. You are never getting that crust off. Not ever. It will be with you until that child is married and probably divorced. Yeah, but hey, I don't have to clean it, so I'm totally going to use it in design home. And yeah, I mean, it's a nice room, but I had just was not moved by it. So, what else? So then I was going to go to voting, and let's do that in a second, because I actually wanted to go over some of the designs that were done by people in my friends group. This is done by my design home neighbor, Becky Kirkland, and I really love this. I like the way the furniture is paired. I love the choice of the coffee table. The color of the wood on the coffee table goes with the color of the floor really, really well. And everything else is white, except the rug. And the cabinet all the way over to the right is white with a kind of minty green tint to it. It matches the mantelpiece on the fireplace exactly. So I don't know how she dug that out, but man, that is an amazing level of coordination. I'm super impressed by that. And I actually like Becky's room better than some of these top design rooms. I am. It's not that they're not nice. Like I like this one because it's more similar to Becky's. I just prefer this style of design, and I'm genuinely not sure what's going on with this one. The the design is nice, but the the choice of stools just seems really weird. And then here's this English countryside one, which is mine. And again, I'm very surprised to see it here. I am the other thing that I noticed when I was looking at the winners is I have no floor decor because I had no appropriate floor decor, so I didn't use any. Becky used a flower basket on the floor. It's all the purple, the lavender decor stuff got dumped in. The same for my design home neighbor Nancy, who did pick one of those very cool benches for the bottom of the bed. And to be fair, her chair and ottoman do look kind of cool with her floor decor pillows stacked up there. And this is my neighbor, Laura James. And honestly, this I think is the nicest one because the checked bed brings a lot to the room. And she's been playing for a long time and she has loads and loads of limited edition stuff stored up to design. Everything here is just very complimentary. And it's just a nice room. And I don't know who that is. It's a top design. And yeah, there's mine. And this is possibly one of my favorite rooms I've ever designed. I do really like it. And I'm happy for other people to see it. So anyway, that's that. And let's go do some voting. Okay, for our last round of voting, we're going to vote on a tranquil touch, which is the room that wanted you to have 3 red objects, including a red couch, I think. And I was just wanted to show you mine because I spent a lot of time in this room. I probably percolated it over nearly 3 days. And in the end, I really liked this design, and I was pleased with the submission that I was able to put in. But the fact that I really like it doesn't mean that I'm confident it's going to do well in voting. Those are two totally separate things. So I am really, really excited to see what other people did for this room that I really love. Ooh, interesting. Ooh, ooh. Okay. Well, the person on the top clearly bought the Uptown Sleek bundle and then bundled all their stuff into the room. I'm not sure about the clown paintings. I guess those aren't a bad choice. The various components of the room on the top don't hang together very well. Like that table between the 2 black chairs is red. The cocktail table's weird. The ottoman is black and white, where the rug is brown and white. And the plant doesn't seem to really speak to anything in the room. It's just a bit of a hodgepodge. Whereas the room on the bottom is much better coordinated. I realize it has less decor, but in this particular case, I think that's a plus and not a minus. So I'm voting for the room on the bottom. Good job, Ellis. Ooh. These rooms both have double art. I will say that I think the design direction in the room on the bottom was a mistake. This is a very informal room. It's a potbelly wood-burning stove in a tongue and groove natural wood kind of cabin A-frame vibe. And so I don't think the crystal chandelier and the gilt framed oil paintings are the right way to go. And I also feel like that aesthetic doesn't have anything to do with the modern aesthetic we're seeing in the rest of this furniture. Like, for example, this is a very modern end table. On the other hand, I feel like the room on the top I might have made a mistake with the rug. It might be a little oldie worldy, but overall it's better. I am, however, very curious about this giant basket of breadsticks. This. It is the Tropical Villa Milestone 4 Natural Potted Bamboo. Okay, it's actually breadsticks in a jar, but we can carry on pretending it's a real thing. Oh wow, okay, the room on the top is using my favorite chairs and my one of my favorite rugs. I love the animal hide rugs, the zebra print rugs, even though nobody else does. But having said that, the room on the bottom is, it lacks decor, but they both lack decor. It is an A+ design job. Those chairs and couch are the perfect choice for color for this room. The wall art is perfect. The floor rug is great. And the ottoman at the end is ideal. This is a room that you could build on to get a 5 easily with some plants and some appropriate decor. it would take very little to get there. So we're voting for that. That one is very, very well done. Okay. Neither one of these is great. The one on the top doesn't have a rug. It does have the best couch for this, but it does not have a rug. And the room on the bottom has a very, very eclectic arrangement of furniture that does not go together. So I'm voting for those is equal. Last one. Well, it's going to have to be the one on the bottom. I do like many points about the one on the top. I am a sucker for those chairs. Like, I think I'm going to have to go pay for them to get them back with more diamonds because I really like them. But they don't relate to the rug, the coffee table. The room on the top is basically just it's the choice of the rug that just it's gone very wrong there. But everything else is good. I'm not sure that I would have chosen the bench that she chose. On the other hand, it's very she had. So I understand, and it's not terrible, but the rug is. The room on the bottom is much more dull, but it all goes together and is very coordinated, and so we're going to vote for that. And that is that, guys. So, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to see future episodes, please subscribe. We are going to be doing part 2 of our experiment in the next couple of days. And we are also going to be having our first contest, and you can win diamonds. So subscribe, and you'll find out more about that when I release those episodes. Talk to you later. Bye.